So, on the way back from church, I was talking to this guy, and well, one of the members of the church, he's actually a missionary, and he was telling me about everything that they do, how do you become a missionary, and the support that comes with it. And he was basically telling me that um, first and foremost, you got to do the forms, do the paperwork, something as an original job first, but then financially, that's when they support you, they get you the house, they get you a car, and they give you a card where you are loaded, where they load money on it for your food, income wise. And I'm like, that would be like a great job. Like, I would love to have a job like that. So I kept asking him, I'm like, so coming out of school, like high school, how would kids know, like teenagers know, like if this is something that they want to do, how would they know where to go? Or how would they know how to become a missionary coming out of school? And he really didn't answer the question. He basically kept saying that, well, basically, if you grew up in the church, then you would know, like you would have that information because your parents go to the church. So it's more so of growing up in the church. And then if this is something that you want to do, being a member of the church, you would know, oh yeah, this is what you want to do because your parents have the experience and they pass it down to you. So I guess coming out of high school and stuff like that, like I never would have thought as a teenager or anything, I wouldn't have thought about no missionaries. It's a lot of kids and teenagers that's coming out of school and they don't know nothing about missionaries. I was telling him how I wanted to study abroad and stuff like that to like do like transportation. I mean to travel and experience different cultures and countries and stuff like that and just have that experience. And I was like, this would have been right up my alley if I would have known, you know. Um, so that's what I'm saying. Like they provide that transportation for you. So, that car so that you can go wherever you need to go. They pay for the hotels, the motels, wherever you need to stay, wherever they send you. They pay for the means. And I'm just like, wow. But the fact that I do have a kid, he did say, since you have a kid, you can't really do this. But he was like, I'm sorry that you didn't get your chance to become a missionary because you didn't have the information or you didn't know. But this is something that I would have done. I love my kids. I would never take that back. But I'm just saying, like, if I would have known, like, when I wanted to go to the Navy just for support because I wanted to become a professional volleyball player and I wanted to be a clinical psychologist. But these wasn't even close to what I really, really wanted to do. It was not close at all to what I wanted to do. All I knew was I wanted to travel, and I knew that I was a passionate spiritual person, and my expression was volleyball. Clinical psychologist, I wanted to help people. I wanted to, be a mentor to other kids or, to going through to other kids or teenagers going through what I'm going through, young adults going through what I'm going through. And just giving them that experience, my own experience. I wanted to share with them that experience so that they knew going forward what to do. So like I said, I've been spiritual my whole life. Even when I was a kid, I was very optimistic. I was adventurous. I was courageous. I was always going and hiking and doing my own thing, climbing. I love nature and stuff like that. That's always been in me since I was young. So yeah. So I'm just saying, like, that's what I was telling him. Like, if I would have known when I was a senior in high school that this was a thing, this is exactly what I would have done because there's nothing more than doing what you love, and the funds is coming from the church. It's like they're funding you to support as a support system. They're supporting you to go out and share the word, to, speak to other people, be passionate about it, and just be a testimony, learning, teaching, learning other people's experiences. And, it takes a lot of studying, and that's what he's doing. Like he's in school and he's studying, he's studying the Bible and this is his thing. And I'm like, wow, wow. That's something I would have done, So it's just like, man, if I would have had that opportunity, if I would have that opportunity now, even with my kids, oh my gosh. But he did say that it's a, it's something that it's not like a regular job, a 9 to 5 job where you can just put it off. Well, you can go to work and then you come home. You go to work and you come home. No, that's why mothers or parents that has their children full time can't have this type of job because it's like you picking up your stuff and you going and you may not come back till like 2 weeks later, a month later, 2 months later, and then you go back home. It's like you're going on missions constantly, preaching a word and getting bringing members into your church and just going out there just like Jesus was on a boat and he was fishing for it. He showed that guy how to fish because I'm gonna make you a fisherman of people. That's exactly what a missionary is like. And man, like I said, when I just found it, I'm like, wow, like he was blowing my mind. He was talking about it the whole time. When he was dropping me off, I'm like, wow, if I would have known, if I would have known. So if this reached anybody that is single, you're a single parent. I mean, you're not a single parent, but if you're a single parent, you don't have your kids, or you're just single, and this is also for the kids out there, because it's a lot of playing around on my comments. I know this one girl, shout out to you. She just basically defended me, and she helps me out, because it's a lot of critics, but it's a lot of kids that's out there, being bad and whatnot. And but I know that my channel does teenagers and stuff like that. If y'all are on, this is something y'all need to look forward to. If y'all really have a passion for Christ and you want to express that passion, be look into being a missionary before you even go to college, or even think about anything else. Look into being a missionary and expressing yourself and being passionate. If you have this passion, you have this inner passion for Christ, we all do. Look into becoming a missionary, because they will support you the whole way through, and you get to do what you love. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna talk to y'all next time. Like, comment, subscribe, be notified, share at your own free will to show you care.